morning, guys. Welcome to my channel. Tara is home, and today I'm in my bedroom, and I want to talk to you about the book that I almost finished. Yeah, maybe once per week, I can talk to you about books because this is my new hobby as I see in 2026. I didn't plan it, I didn't put it on my kind of mood board or goal list. It just naturally happened to me. So I am not an English native speaker. English for me is a foreign language, and it was always so complicated for me to read in English. It was so slow, so painful, it just wasn't pleasant to read books in English simply because I was reading very slow and like some of the words I didn't understand, and it just, So I found that for the last couple of years, I didn't read at all. I'm speaking about like novels or self-development literature. I did read some of the yoga related books because I am a yoga teacher and I went through my education, my training, so I was reading, but it was fascinating because I truly like the subject. So, but other than that, I didn't read at all. And I'm so happy to see that right now my English at this point that I can read a book and to feel comfortable with that. For sure, the big deal here is that I'm truly interested in this particular author and her thoughts and her way of thinking, her mindset, I like her as a personality, truly, deeply, and that makes me to read the book with an interest, and stick to it. But I'm telling you, I'm so proud of myself that I'm almost finished this book. Literally, like one chapter is left for me, and I love this book. So this is Evergreen by Lydia Millen Gordon, and it says, discover the joy in every season. So this is the book that was written based on the personal story of the author, separated into the parts: midwinter, spring, summer, autumn, winter. So she literally encourages you to think and live seasonally, that there are certain patterns in this world, certain cycles, the nature is going through the cycles, and we are, as a creatures of this nature, of this planet, we are going with the nature through those cycles together. And we are very affected by the environment and the climate that we live in, and it makes life really easier if you understand where the nature is at right now, and to be aligned with that, because sometimes our brain likes to live in the future or in the past, or to push something or opposite, right? And we feel that we are not aligned. And so the author, she is sharing some first of all, she's sharing her personal stories about chapters in her life that are describing the energies of that particular period that she's speaking about. For example, in Midwinter chapter, she was speaking about her the darkest moment in her life when she gave up and she was in a very bad mental state. And that's how her book starts, you know, how she discovered that being closer to the nature actually is helping us to find peace within. And I truly like how, you know, she's speaking not from the position of the professional master, like I know everything, listen to me. No, she's speaking from the position of the person who is learning, who is walking this path, making mistakes, speaking about those mistakes, and opening up the conversation about our human nature, you know, and how we tend to behave in certain periods in our life. And she's just very honest with you as a reader, and it really builds such a good relationship, you know, when you read in the book and you really trust the author and you can relate, you know. Yeah, so, and then for example she's sharing her story, and then she is given some tips, for example applying evergreen thinking, how to tune in into nature's wisdom. And for sure, you know, if you think about it, nature looks different in all those seasons, right? Midwinter, like January, February, the nature is sleeping, and everything is very slow, and it is time to go within, it is time to rest, it is time, yeah. And she's going through those periods in her life when she felt the same, you know, and she's sharing some really good advices, suggestions, and ideas how you can enrich your life in that particular season. For sure, then spring, you know, we have a very strong desire to begin something new, right? The nature is the awakening, and we are awakening, you know, and we have much more energy, the daylight is much longer, and you know, there's just kind of the pace of our life start to be more intense. We more think about performing in business, or you know, starting a new project, or you know, we really going to get our goals. And she's speaking about some challenges that can you can meet on in this period, in that season, right? Then summer, absolutely different energy, then autumn, absolutely different energy, than winter, you know. And it is really, really fascinating to read. It is truly very cozy reading, you know. It's not full of scientific, you know, facts, and but she does write about you really can enrich your vocabulary and your knowledge about the nature, because she is writing about this too. But you know what I mean, it's not like that hard scientific literature. No, it's very comforting story that feels like it was written by a friend, and you just, you know, sharing a cup of tea with the author, and listening to the stories. That's how I feel reading this book. So yeah, I truly can recommend this book, and I'm so happy to start my 2026 with the book that I read. And yeah, now I'm so excited to read more, and I'm so grateful to Lydia that she brought this my, how to say, returned me to my hobby, because before I used to read a lot, but in my native language. So yes, I'm happy to be back with this beautiful book, Evergreen. Truly, I highly recommend this book to everyone who is thinking about evergreen life, evergreen mindset, being in tune with the nature, living through the seasons with joy, and finding an inspiration in the outside world, you know. And yeah, just it is very human book, what I can say. And yeah, I hope that next week I can talk to you about the new book that I'm reading, and we can discuss it. Please comment down below how is your reading list. Did you read a book already in 2026? Or do you plan to read more? Or what is your favorite book that you can recommend us to read as well? So yeah, I'm truly happy to start this conversation on my blog about books, and truly thankful to Lydia Millen Gordon for this beautiful book. Thank you guys for watching, and see you tomorrow. Such a sunny day. Oh my gosh, I'm enjoying so much. We already been to a gym with my husband. I spent 50 minutes on the treadmill, and then I went to steam room, and now I feel so fresh, so relaxed, so, I don't know, really good. And yeah, I'm excited to spend this day aligned with the season. But it's so funny because we live in that part of the world when January looks much more like spring than midwinter months. So yeah, it is interesting to think that our environment affects us, but in different country you can be affected differently. And yeah, interesting. But I'm trying to not rush myself too much and remind myself that it's still January, and I can take it slow and take my time, and there would be so many opportunities to start. Okay,